So we'll see how to select data from multiple internal tables using a function module. We modularize that functionality. For now, we'll take EKKO, EKPO. Okay, so we'll select data from EKKO, EKPO and MAKT also, and returns the final output data in the function module. You have already seen that function module, right? How we merge multiple internal tables data and display the output. We have created a program on EKKO, EKPO and storage conditions, MARA and MAKT, right?
Sir,
In which server we did that?
2021.
This is the one, right? So we are selecting data from EKKO and EKPO data by, what is this? Listener means vendor number.
Listener.
Our input is vendor number here. Okay, let's modularize this. So what do we need now for a function module? We need, what are the inputs we need to pass to the function module as importing parameters, and what are the output parameters? What is the input here? What is the input to select the data here? Vendor number, or we can also take some company code. Okay, we can also take company code in place of vendor number, like that is Bookers. And what is the output? What is the expected output? So we have to decide whether we want to return individual internal tables data and merge separately in the program, or merge everything in the function module and return the final output. That we have to decide. Okay, so if you want to return all these three internal tables data, we have to define three exporting parameters, right? Or if you need to return only final output data, we need to define only single exporting parameter. So first let's create a function module. Create the function module. I'm going to use existing function group. I'm not going to create a new function group. I'll use our existing function group, that is ZFZ demo. Does not exist. Created it, right? Is it in a different system? So this is function module interface. Okay. What are the options in function module interface? This is called function module interface. So we have importing parameters. What is the use of importing parameter? We define the inputs
Passing
here. We define what are the inputs required for the function module. Okay. What is exporting? To return the output. To return the output to the calling program. So we define exporting parameters. Changing also. Changing is like both importing and exporting. We can pass the inputs in changing parameter and return the output using a changing parameter. Okay. It is like changing is like combination of importing and exporting. Import parameter and export parameter. Okay. It works as both. It can accept the input and returns the output. But importing parameter can only accept the input. It cannot return the output. Exporting parameter is only to return the output. It cannot accept the input. Okay. Tables, it is obsolete parameter. Obsolete means outdated. In these days, no one is using this table statement. Okay. And we'll see exceptions later. How to handle exceptions. First, we'll define the importing parameters, the inputs for this function module. So what is my current requirement? I want to select purchase order data by company code. Uh, let's say I'll take IM underscore bookers type. What is the data element of bookers? Same. What is my expected output? What is my expected output here?
left now.
So it is by company code. Okay, sorry, vendor. This data is by vendor, but we'll take company code as our input. Okay, otherwise we'll just use the same whatever we are using in this program. We'll just replace listener, right? Listener means vendor number, vendor ID.
ELIFN type.
What?
ELIFN.
What is it?
ELIFN.
P?
Lifn.
P. What is P?
ELIFN type.
Type. Okay, okay. You mean data element.
Yes, sir.
But here we have taken a listener only, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ELIFN. ELIFN. Okay. Vendor's number. Okay. What is exporting here? What is exporting here? So we'll return the final output data, right? We'll return the final output data. So now tell me, are we returning a single record or multiple records? Are we expecting only a single record or multiple records?
Multiple.
So here we are getting multiple records, right? For each input, at least we'll get more than one record. Okay. Now, so we are defining the exporting parameter to return the output. So what we need to define here? Ex underscore output. What is the type of this parameter, exporting parameter? So I want to return all these records, output records. So what is the type I have to take here?
Final, sir.
Which one?
Character.
Type.
Sorry, what is it? Final? Can we use like this, ty underscore final?
Yes, sir.
Can we use like this? Can we use or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the thing is, type structures are always local to the program. These type structures are always local to the program. You cannot use it anywhere. These are only local type structures. These are only local to the program. Understand? We cannot use it like this. We cannot use here. Twa underscore final does not exist. We cannot use it like this. When you want to use the structure, what you need to do in function module, first you have to create a structure. Go to S11 and create a structure. What is a structure? Structure is just a group of fields, group of required fields. Structure is a group of required fields. Please remember that. Go to data type option and create the structure. Z demo underscore S underscore PO data. This is my naming convention. S means when I look at this, I can identify, okay, this is a structure.
Structure.
Okay. I'll tell you what is the difference between structures and tables later. Structure is just a group of field. We cannot store any data in it. Okay. It's a one empty, it's like one empty container where we can place required fields. For example, address. In address structure, we have door number, street name, city, state and country. We'll be having an address structure. These are group relevant fields, right? We're going to group it in a structure. Similarly, our output data, we're going to group in a structure, that is ZDemo PO data. Create the structure. See, so here we have to select a structure. Select the structure. Okay, PO data structure. What are components? Components are nothing but fields which you want to maintain in a structure. Go to our program, just copy these fields. Copy all these fields. List out here. Select type. Select the reference data element. You can take it from your table. Go to the table and select whatever the data element available there. Remove the comma.
Activated.
So for when you are creating a table with this currency and quantity, what is the necessary thing we have to perform? we have to add currency and quantity fields, right? Whenever you are working with a quantity and values, take the reference type in currency and quantity fields. Go to the table, you can find it in currency and quantity fields. For any TPR, where is the reference key? What is currency key means? Currency key means is it, what it defines? It defines whether it is a dollar, Indian rupee, or some other currency. It's going to define. And what does this quantity unit defines? What is the unit of measurement of that value? What is that value in kgs, tons, or liters? So you have to maintain this quantity and currency fields mandatorily. Okay. So now I've listed out all the required fields which I am using in type structure, right? Activate the structure. Now use the structure. Where you need to use the structure?
SC37 type.
Function module exporting parameter. Use this as output structure. Okay. Create a structure and use this structure here. Now go to source code. So when you are using structure here, how many records this can accept? How many records it's going to return as output?
16.
All records.
Okay. When you are using structure as a reference type, associated type, it can accept, it acts as work area. How it acts as? It acts as work area. Okay. Clear? When you use structure name here in the exporting parameter, it acts as work area. How many records can work area handle?
Single.
Single.
Yes, work area can store only single record. Similarly, here also this can handle only single record. Okay. To make it handle multiple records, what we need?
Internal table.
Internal table type. So how can you define an internal table like structure here? For that, we have to create a table type. For this structure, we have to create a table type. Where you can create a table type? Go to SC11. Create the data type and create a table type. For this, I'll take T so that I can identify it as a table type. Okay, create. It's very simple. Select the table type option. If you need to return, if you are going to return only single record, table type is not required. What is the line type? Just provide the structure name. Just provide the
That
structure
demo,
name here.
yes. Okay.
Whatever the structure you have created, provide the structure name and activate the table type. Okay. Take this table type. Instead of structure, use our table type name here. Then this exporting parameter is going to work as
All fields.
internal
All
table type, not all fields.
internal table.
Yeah, it's going to accept multiple records as input. Previously, it can accept only single record since we are using structure reference. Now we are using table type reference, right? It can accept multiple records. Okay. Now go to source code. So I have defined my input and output. Now I need to write our code. Okay. If im underscore lifnr is not initial. What is this means? What is the meaning
They're
for this
having the
statement?
records in if
Okay.
can.
If there is some value in this importing parameter, that is im underscore listener, then proceed further. Okay. If there is some value in im underscore listener, proceed further. Otherwise, what we have to do? If there is no value in it and we are executing it, what we have to do? In program, what we are doing?
Right. Initial.
In program, how we are validating?